guys, how are you all? Hope you're all well. Hope everyone is keeping well and keeping safe, more importantly. Welcome to week 4 of our amazing crafting. Yeah, big high five for everybody. Nice. Good. So let's crack straight on into it. From your big bags, we're looking for week 4. So you look for your week 4 packs. Should have week 4-1, week 4-2. The other thing you're going to need for your bag is one of the sheets of white card. So grab that one, grab week 4-1 and week 4-2 if you haven't already got them. As always, I'm going to go through the video, the whole craft from beginning to end, relatively slow pace, but at my pace. So as I go through, if I'm going too fast for you or you need a little bit more time, just pause me. No offense taken. Okay, just pause me and then pick up on the next page. There's a few little pieces that happen throughout this particular one, and one of those that you might need to pause to stop and run off for is for this week we'll need a scissors. So if you don't have the scissors handy, pause me in a second and head off and get your scissors, as you'll need one of those. And that's, I think, kind of it really. We've done this week's live streaming class, which was amazing fun. This one is for you guys, and so you're obviously always welcome on Thursday mornings at 10:30 a.m. To join in on those live ones, but I realize that it's not always the best time. So this one is for you. So we're going to crack on. Week 4, task 1. Pause me if you need to get a scissors. Right, let's go. So task 4, week 1. Let me get that bag out of the way. You won't need your white sheet for the moment. So we're going to open up the bag nice and gently and take out everything that's in it. So let's go through this. So what have we got in here? First thing we've got in here is we've got loads of tissue paper. Let me just hop over to this camera. So, no, not that one, this one even. So we're going to have lots of coloured tissue paper. We'll go through all of that in a moment. Put that to one side nice and safely. And the other thing that's in here is our tissue paper roll, or toilet roll. You're going to need that. And the last thing that's in here is a big baggie of glue. So pop that to one side for me. Save the bag. We will use this to put our glue on and all of our make our mess on. So let me just pop over there. Good. So first job I want you to do is get your toilet roll holder and a scissors. Okay. So for little fingers, big people, you can do this. If some of you are slightly older, you can have a go at this. But whoever's going to be doing it, make sure at all times their parents or carers, you're there to keep an eye on them. Right, so what I want you to do is the long ways, right, the long ways across there, we're going to find the halfway mark, okay? Now, what might be easy for some of you, big people, is, let me hold up here, is you can put a line, you know, draw a line. I'm just going to do it here. So you can draw a line for your little people, okay? You don't have to do that, but sometimes it's easy. So I'm just going to eyeball this one, and I'm going to cut up the middle, and we're going to cut it basically nice and gentle, nice and careful in half. So we end up with 2 halves. 1 whole, 2 halves. We could do fractions, yay. Okay, very good. Now, we're going to take one of these halves, and we're going to cut it into 3. So we're going to cut 1 half into thirds. Okay, so again, what you can do is, if you like, you can. They don't have to be perfect. We're not going to go crazy with our math, but basically that sort of idea. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to cut them 1, 2, 3, and then we do the same with the second half. Switch over, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we end up with 1, Down there a little bit. 1. You can count these after. 2. So as they come out, you can just give them a little squeeze. 2. So we'll take them from being really flat. And just give them a little squeeze. 3, 4, 5, 6. So we end up with 6 rings. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful, perfect. Right. Next job, we need to get some glue. So as always, what I want you to do is take your little bag, find a little corner, get your scissors, snip off the corner, and then all you're going to do is squeeze and squeeze and squeeze it down on top of the paper, or the bag. Pull this back a bit so you can see. So you squeeze it down, squeeze it around. This task requires a fairly substantial amount of glue. So put a good squeeze at least half of the bag that I gave you. Squeeze it out onto the paper. Good. So next job, we'll take our rings and just put them to one side. Get the glue out there so you guys can see it. My laptop's in the way. Then we're going to get our card. Okay. So remember, at any time, pause me. If you haven't quite got your glue out or you haven't got your rings all cut yet because your little people are doing, just pause me. It's the easiest way. Then we're going to get your card and we're going to fold it in half. So line up the corners, high 5 hands, push it down, run your fingers along the edge so we get a nice straight edge like that, nice straight edge, and we're making a nice little card like this. Now what we want to do is we're going to have the card so it's standing in landscape. So that's what we're after, a landscape style. Just like that. Beautiful. Right. Close that. So next part of our task, I'm going to hold it up here so you guys can see it a little bit better. We're going to get our gluing stick, which was in week 1's bag, the little lollipop stick. And all we're going to do is scoop, drizzle glue from the center of the card. Okay, so you're going from the center, and we're going to spread it all out. So big scoops, big drizzles, all over like this. Very, very good. So spread it out. Doesn't matter if it goes crazy wide. That doesn't matter. We want to spread it out all over the card like that. So a nice gloopy spread all over. You get a better angle. There you go. Good. Fantastic. Super. Right. Next job. We're going to get, I'm just going to put that glue up out of the way, and I'm going to put my card down here. We're going to get one of our rings. Just like that. There's one of the rings. And then we're going to hold them in our fingers, gently like that. Doesn't matter which, it could be this finger. They're a bit longer for you little people. And we're going to dip it into our glue. Dip, dip, dip. Just so the bottom becomes gluey like that, just the bottom edge. Very good. And then we're going to stick him right down onto the very center, like that. So right down in the middle, very center. So pause me if you need to. Then we get a high 5 hands. Give it a little gentle push down, gentle, gentle, gentle. We're going to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fantastic. And that will hold pretty much. If it starts to fall and get a bit loose, don't worry too much about that. Just give it another little high 5 hand push down. Right, are we ready? We're going to go through these. Then get ring number 2. There he is. This one we're going to just squeeze and make it a little bit rounder. Not total circle, just more of an oval shape. Oops, dropped it. That's going to happen. So a little bit of an oval shape like that. Same again. Dip him into the glue. Dip, dip, dip. And pop him down on your card. Now this time, I'm going to show you, don't worry, don't panic everyone. It's going to go up on the corner. So up on the top corner, sticking out there. Okay, like an ear essentially, just like an ear. You're going to do that one. Okay, then we're going to get the next one, same again. Get your ring, give it a little squeeze to oval him up a little bit. Dip, dip, dip in the glue. Now the reason we spread the glue out the first time is because if you don't get every single piece of the ring, the glue that's on the card will help you out there. So this one is going to go just like before. It's going to go down on the opposite side. There you go, don't worry, I'm going to show you. Good, so we had our center piece in. And then we've got one on the left and one on the right, just like that. Yeah, nice and easy, nice and simple. Ready for the next one? Right, back to the next ring. Very good. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Oval him up a little bit. Dip, dip, dip. Beautiful job. Fantastic. And then this one is going to go on the bottom like that. So bottom left or right, you can do whichever you want. I've done one down there. Switch camera, you can have a look at that one a bit closer. There you go. So I've got one on this side, and then we're going to do the last one on the opposite side, okay? Very good. So, number 5, same again. Get in, dip, dip, dip. Plenty glue on there, very good. And then stick that one down on the opposite side. There you go, look at that. So we've got the middle one. Oop, there he is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. Anybody got any ideas what we're doing? Anyone? Yeah, butterfly. It is a beautiful butterfly. So, any of you guys who haven't quite got to me, caught up to this stage yet, pause me. That's absolutely fine. And if you have and you're good, then we're going to crack on. So, pop this one down flat on the table in front of you, just like that. And then we're going to go and get our colored tissue papers, okay? So, what I want you to find, some of you will have one big piece, some of you might have a few small little pieces, but we've all got basically the same color. So, we're going to start off with the dark blue ones, and we're going to scrunch. And we're going to push them into the center. So into the center one, the very first piece we've done, scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. You don't have to use everything that I've given you. I've given you lots, so you've got plenty, but you don't have to use it all. So there's the first one in the center. Very good. But the trick with it is to use your pushing finger and just give it a little push down. Make sure it's sticking to the glue underneath. That's really important. You also don't have to go in the same color sequence that I'm doing. This is just the way that I like to do it. Well, you guys can put, if you wanted to put the red one in the center, you can do that. Right, next I'm going to do red. So I'm going to scrunch up my red, pop it into one of those rings, give them a little push down. There you go, pushing fingers all the way down. Very good. My music seems to have turned off, so we're going to get that back on. Sorry about that. So push him down, tap, 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 tap. As you go, you might find the rings are starting to lift up a bit. That's absolutely fine. Don't worry about that. That's just as the paper gets wet. So just high 5 hands, push the lock down. Will be absolutely perfect. Very good. Right, we ready? Next one. We're going to go for the light blue. And I'm going to pop that into that one. Like I said, I have in my pack, I've got like 4 or 5 little sheets. I'm not going to use them all because I won't need to. But I will save them. We never throw anything away around here. So let's have a little look. There you go. We got our dark blue. Then we put our red in. And now we've got our light blue at the bottom. Right, should we move on to some brighter ones? What about the greens? So, same again. In your hands, scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. I'm not going to scrunch it too tightly. And we're going to get another bit in there. Beautiful. That's my green done. And then I'm going to move on to my beautiful, there's Mr. Monster. Move on to my beautiful orange. Scrunchy, scrunchy, scrunchy. That's quite a big sheet, so I only need one for that. Very good. Push them down again. High 5 hands across. Gentle press. Nice and gentle. We don't want to crush them. There we go. There is the basics of our butterflies. Which there. So we've got our orange, we've got our green, we've got our blue, and we've got our red. Beautiful. Right, now you ask me, what about this one that's left over, Alan? Yeah, we've got one ring left over. Okay, so with this one, what we're going to do is we're going to take it the long way, and we're going to tear him in half like that. And we're going to take one half of this, and we're going to hold the bottom of the V, and just give them a little bend out like that, just to open it up a little bit. And this is our butterfly's antennae. So just like before, we're going to hold this, we're going to dip him down in our glue, and right at the very top, pop him in like that. So he's out of the center piece, which is his body, we're going to stick out, a little bit closer so you can see. So that's his antennae that we popped in up at the top there, and just pop those down. And what we end up with is our beautiful, colourful butterfly cards. And this, we think, is a lovely little present for those of you who haven't seen any of your grandparents or aunties or uncles or cousins or anyone who you're dying to see, who you haven't had a chance to see because of everything that's going on. This is a lovely little gift and a lovely little present that you can make especially for them. So what you can do is give those a little push down. If you find they're starting to fall off, give them a little push, gentle push down like that, just so it all sticks down. And when it's done, leave it lying down flat for it to dry. And then once it does, you can open it up, write a lovely little message in it. There are our beautiful